Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is episode 46 in my Automate Everything Minecraft series. In today's episode, I am going to be playing with NuclearCraft once again, and I am going to be reprocessing the fuel, or the used fuel, that this reactor is making right now. Now, let's take a look at how much fuel I have. I do have a lot. It goes through its fuel quite quickly. And if we actually come over here, there's a progress bar that works really well with this mod. And yeah, you can see how fast this thing goes through fuel. In addition, I have added more systems to make oxygen for my fluid infuser over here because I just needed more oxygen to be able to keep up. And I am actually just able to keep up with the demand of the reactor right now. So anyways, for today's episode, I have built another reactor up here. Right now, there is nothing in it. If we break it open, like I said, nothing in it. So today, we're going to be hopefully using that reactor. Now, first off, we need to reprocess that used fuel. And to do that, we need a machine called the fuel reprocessor. And it is hidden right here. And it is made like this. I'm actually going to have to run back to my main base to do this, but okay, so fuel reprocessor right here. The only thing I don't think I have is, actually I might not have boron ingots, to be honest. Okay, that's just weird. So I might actually have to, whoops, stop one of the crafts I have going on. Yeah, I don't have boron ingots. Let's see here. Do I have boron dust? I do. So that means I can make the ingots real fast. Okay, there we go. Should have some ingots now. And then that recipe can go into the redstone furnace. Okay, let's see if we can't make this thing now. Okay, that is the fuel reprocessor. Okay, are we waiting on anything? Okay, so other than the steel, which is being eaten by this. Okay, so if I cancel that, I should be able to get everything I need. I should probably have my system continue to make tough ingots because I'm going to need a bunch for this episode. Anyways, I have the fuel reprocessor. Wait, okay. There it is. Anyways, so what we can do with the TBU fuel is it will be reprocessed into several things. It will be reprocessed into uranium-233 oxide, 235 oxide, neptunium-236 oxide, and 237 oxide. Now, with the uranium-233, I plan to use that for today's fuel. Now, we're going to place this machine down over here in the thermal, or not thermal, but the NuclearCraft area. And I think right here will be a good place for it. So let's see here. I should have power right here. So if I grab some flux duct, and I'm probably gonna need some more of this episode, so I'm just gonna grab a stack for the time being. Put the fuel reprocessor right here. I think in the back I'm going to connect it up to the dense covered cable. And I'm going to need some quartz fiber first off. Need one of those. Let's also grab some stone. And then some covered cable, which is the black variant. I need an export bus. And just to make it a little faster, I'm going to grab some acceleration cards. I'm also going to grab some speed upgrades here. I'm not sure how many I want, so let's just grab a stack. And let's start to put this thing together. Okay, so first off, I want the quartz fiber there so that this does not connect to that. And I need it to connect up here. Perfect. And then the export bus will be right here. We need to put some acceleration cards. Actually, I need to get an expansion card. Or a capacity card, my bad. And throw that in there as well because I want to reprocess both of these TBU fuels. Okay, so first up, I want to do this one. Okay, so it's in there. Let's it doesn't seem to be too bad speed-wise, but I definitely still want to speed it up. So what's the fuel there? Okay, so that's a lot better. I need to figure out a way to get this stuff out, and that should be pretty simple. I just need an item conduit, and might as well grab some speed upgrades for that. So 15 of these bad boys, because 15 is the max allowed in the item conduit. And then set this up. There are conduits right here. And then set this to extract, always on with the speed upgrades, and that looks like it's going rather quickly, so that works well. Fantastic. So that's kind of step one here. In addition, I need to process some uranium, because to make the LEU 233 oxide fuel, which is what I'm going to be making, I need uranium 233 oxide, which I will be getting from this. And then I need some uranium 238. And it does not need to be the oxide variant. The only thing that needs to be oxide to make the fuel as a whole be called oxide fuel is the fissile material, and the fuel needs to be oxide. And the fissile material in this particular fuel is the uranium 233. The uranium 238 is a fertile material in this fuel. So anyways, enough about actual nuclear mechanics, nuclear physics here. But anyways, I need to process, or I need a way to get the uranium 238. And the best way I know how would be an isotope separator from the mod NuclearCraft, obviously. And I will be using refined uranium. And that will give me uranium 238 and a little bit of uranium 235. So I'm going to stick that machine right here. And I think I'm going to have to make a new machine, because I'm pretty sure I might have an isotope separator. I'm not sure. Let's see here. Fantastic, actually. Oh, duh, I have it over there. That's why I have this already crafted. So this will go here. And much like the machine beside it, I'm going to use an export bus and an item conduit. So let's grab an item conduit with speed upgrades. I actually probably don't need speed upgrades on this, but I'm going to throw in 5 just in case. I'm going to need some refined uranium here. I need another export bus. Fantastic. And then I'm not sure if I need these. I probably don't, to be honest, but you know, whatever. And then let's go ahead and set this up. Export bus. Speed, you refined uranium. At any moment now, that should start exporting. Okay, I know you're not missing a channel. You're just being mean. There we go. So I do need to speed this up. However, I definitely need to watch how fast I make this, because I do not want to make this too fast, because I do have a a fixed amount of not a fixed amount, but I don't have infinite uranium here. So let's go ahead and throw in 16 as per usual for these machines. You know what, let's try 10. And if we start running out of uranium-238, then we can deal with that later. Anyways, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to send this over to a crafter. And I'm going to stick a crafter over here. Okay, so let's see here. I actually might need 2 crafters. Actually, take that back. I might need 3 crafters. Really? Okay, so that's really weird. I thought I had those automated. Anyways, what I can do instead of actually running over there and doing that right now is I can do this. Okay, so let's grab some more crafters. Okay, so this first crafter right here. Let's actually dig this out first. Let's go ahead and also lay flux duct down. So this will actually be the crafter that makes the final fuel. It will intake, you know what, I already think that's too slow. Let's go back to 16. It will intake uranium-238 and then okay, I need to figure out a way to segregate the uranium-238 and 235. Not quite sure how to do that quite yet. But anyways, I'll worry about that when I get there. Anyways, this will be to make the final fuel, so we'll get the uranium-238 from right here. Actually, I think I do know how to do this. Okay, so I'm going to need some more item conduit. Sorry if I'm a little harebrained right now. I'm just trying to figure this out in my head. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this to be input, and I'm going to do it on the red channel. This will be extract on the red channel, and we will extract everything. However, I'm going to set this to negative priority. Right here, I'm going to set this to be insert on the red channel, and extract on the green as well. But the insert priority will be higher, and I'm going to grab a filter. And I'm going to tell it that it can only accept the uranium-238. Okay, configure filter, uranium-238. So, hypothetically, this will only get uranium-238 right now. Okay, so how I'm going to do this is this, and I'm going to use this remember button. Yes, okay, so that worked. Okay, so I will need to export or, yeah, import the final material onto the system. I can do that back here. Okay, fantastic. That seems to work fine. Okay, so now I need to export the uranium-233 over here somewhere. And I think I don't need all of the crafters I have. I think I only need one more. Because I need to turn the little clumps of uranium-233 that I'm getting from the fuel reprocessor, these guys right here, into the bigger clumps. Yes. Okay, so I won't need this. It's my bad. Okay, so this needs to be tiny clumps of uranium-233 come in here. And I should probably grab some of these. Let's get rid of this stuff for right now. Okay, so this recipe will be just that right there. Fantastic. And then, okay, so I'm also going to have to set this as a whitelist. And then I got rid of my item conduit, didn't I? Whoops. Okay, this should be the last one I need. And then I can set this up on top. It needs to be extract on red. Yes, and always active. Okay, so that should flow in here. First off, I need to do this so that we have slots for uranium-233 oxide and then uranium-238. That's fantastic. And then the recipe is pretty simple. It's just a recipe like this, and that will get us the LEU-238 oxide fuel. I already think I want to change how I have this. And then I'm going to actually extract this on black channel because I want it to come over here into a storage unit of some sort. Modular storage I think will work well. So let's use that once again. Okay, so that seems to be working well. That seems to be working well. Cool. That looks like I'm not getting that stuff back. Anyways, so modular storage goes right here. Tier 1 upgrade. And this needs to be insert on black. And hopefully I didn't grab anything I didn't need. Oh, did I not apply that? I thought I did. Okay, so I definitely need to hit apply. Okay, so now we got some LEU oxide fuel. I need to grab a storage bus. Oh, I didn't mean to go up the elevator there. So, storage bus. And then, yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so negative 100 for the priority. That way we don't accidentally get random things in here. And then let's throw this in here. For the time being, I'm going to hope that that's high enough fuel volume, but let's actually, I need to reconfigure something with my applied energistic system because actually, as I have everything set up, I think I'm one channel short. And let me double check here. But I'm connected everything to the black dent cable right here. And yeah, I only have one channel left. I need two. So I'm going to do a little rerouting here off camera real fast. It's just going to include stringing another dent cable down here so that I can get access to more channels. And then I'm going to be right back. I'm back and I have everything routed as far as the applied energistic system as I need. So let's get everything hooked up. Now, obviously, just like the other reactor, I need to get fuel into this reactor and spent fuel out of it. So how we're going to do that is, once again, I'm going to use modular storage with the tier 1 storage module in both of them. This one right here can be the spent fuel, and this one can be the fuel input. So LEU oxide fuel on the export bus configured that way. Let's throw that in there. We need a couple of, I already put the buses down, I'm a moron. Anyways, so to hook this up, I'm going to use cables right here. I need an item conduit to hook up all of these things. So what I need to do is this needs to be extract on green. This needs to be input on some other color. This needs to be always on. And yeah, I have double floors in this building. And then temporarily, let's do that. This needs to be inserts on green and extract on brown with always on. Okay, so at some point, the LEU oxide, okay, it's right here. It is in here, so fantastic. Now we just need to hook all of this up. I have some dense conduit right here. First off, let's fix our ceiling / floor. So how we're going to hook this up is like this. And boom. And then let's facade up what we need to facade. We don't need to facade those up there, but we definitely should do these to make this look nice. And then we can just use plain Jane stone over here. Now, I think we are ready to design this reactor. Now, obviously, this fuel, and let me grab some of it. Shoot, because, yeah, I don't have any of it with me for the statistics. So this fuel right here has quite a bit more heat than the TBU fuel. I think the TBU fuel, okay, so let's actually grab one of each if I can. Yes, fantastic. So that we can kind of compare. So anyways, this has 3 times more heat. It has more than double the base power. Its base process time is also a lot shorter. So we're going to have to keep all of that in mind. Okay, so we're finally starting to get the fuel in over here. So one thing I've done between episodes is I have automated the production of graphite blocks. And graphite is a moderator in the mod NuclearCraft, as it is in real life, to be honest. It is used in fission reactors in real life. But anyways, essentially it acts as a moderator, and you put it between fuel rod or fuel cells, and it increases performance. It will also increase heat, but since we're looking for increased performance with less fuel, we are going to be using some graphite blocks. So let's go ahead and make us a couple or 300 of these guys, and then let's get some reactor cells. We're gonna need more than that, so let's go for like 300. We probably won't need that many, to be honest. If I use 300, I'd probably have way too much heat. Okay, so that's fine for right now. Let's grab some of that graphite that I just made. And then let's grab some coolers, because we're going to need a bunch of those. Obviously, I want to use as many of the best coolers I have as I can, so let's grab a bunch of these. I need 8 of these, or I can use 8 of these, so let's go ahead and do that. In fact, let's actually just go ahead and stick these in. Just like before, the Enderium coolers can only be used in the corners of the reactor, but they are almost the most efficient cooler in the entire mod, so it is very likely that these are the best things I can put in the corners as far as cooling. Anyways, so let's see here. Water, redstone, lapis. I'm probably going to need all of that. Okay, so let's try to find a pattern here. So if we seal this thing up, just to check out its dimensions, we see that our reactor is exactly the same size as the reactor underneath it. And that means I'm definitely going to need to use a different pattern here. Anyways, so let's start off. Let's put one here. Yeah, there's not a very good chance that this will work well, but let's... Okay, that definitely won't work well. Let's put it 1 off the bottom. Okay, that, yeah. Because this reactor is 10 high, there's not... Okay, I think I know how I can do this, maybe. So let's... Okay, let's first off get some torches in here. It's dark. Okay, so a pattern like that might work. So let's kind of build this out and see what we get heat-wise. So how I think I'm going to do this is... Actually, I need more coolers. I should probably grab some of them. Anyways. Yeah, let's do that. I think vertically I'll use graphite blocks, and then horizontally I'll use these between the reactor cells. Okay, so let's grab graphite. And then the graphite will go like here. To be honest, I think I'm going to have way too much heat right here. Okay, so on the corners here, we can do water and a combination of water and redstone so that we can use gold. So we can do something like this all the way around. And then right here, I think I want to do... I don't think there's a great way to do this. And if you're kind of lost as to what I'm doing, I would definitely suggest either watching my last video in which I set up a reactor, or just getting familiar with the mod NuclearCraft. It's a really cool mod. But anyways, all the coolers have different rules here, and I'm trying to construct a well-cooled reactor within the rules of all these coolers here, and it's kind of a difficult process, to be honest. Okay, so I still have some air areas. I know I can use quartz coolers here. 1 active moderator block beside the graphite blocks, but I might be able to do something better. Yes, I can use the glowstone blocks in some of these, so let's request some of those. Let's also request some of the quartz ones. Okay, so, well, maybe I'm going to request not very many quartz blocks, because apparently I don't have all of that automated. So quartz and then glowstone. Okay, so the glowstone can go in between 2 active moderator blocks, so they can go like right there. So that works out really well, to be honest. And then, yeah, this should be a gold block. Let's seal this thing up and see what the heat is. Is the heat on? Is the heat off? Okay, we're just a little bit short here. Just a little bit too hot. Is there anything else I can do here? Actually, what was the power output? Because I did not pay attention to that. That's not bad. That's definitely not like really good or anything. But the thing is, I only have one slice of this reactor done so far. Okay. Okay, iron coolers. I can use some iron coolers here. So let's grab some of those. What might I not need so many of? The reactor cells. So the iron cooler must touch 1 gold block. So I can use them right here. And that will definitely get me in the negative heat territory for right now. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else here? 1 moderator, 1. Okay, so there's nowhere I can use emerald coolers in my reactor design as it is. Emerald, I believe, is the best cooler there is. 1 active glowstone. Okay, so. One active water cooler and redstone. Yeah, I think I just might have a bunch of dead areas in my reactor design. That's kind of unfortunate, but whatever, to be honest. What I'm going to do real fast off camera is, after I double check this and make sure I'm within tolerance, yes. We want this value to be negative. We do not want a positive heat output on the reactor. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to bring this design out something like 3 or 4 and see where the heat output is then, because as I stack the reactor cells beside each other laterally across here, I'm going to produce even more heat. So I'm going to have to find a way to keep that in check. But just to check where I'm at, I'm going to build this across a little bit, and then I'm going to be right back. Okay, I now have 4 of the slices done of this, and I think there are something like 10 more here. So anyways, let's block this up and see where I'm at heat-wise. Yeah, I kind of figured that might be the case. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to get that down, because that is way, 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 way hot. One thing I might be able to do is differentiate the front, which would be the far end of the reactor, and this end of the reactor, make it kind of a different pattern, and I definitely am going to need to do that. Yeah, I'm going to come up with something different here, and then I'm going to be right back. So here is the design for the back wall, and here is the second layer. The first layer consisted of just lapis and 10 coolers, and the second layer here contains a lot of stuff. Lapis, 10, cryothium, glowstone, gold, redstone, water, and some graphite blocks. As of right now, with this one slice of the reactor done, it looks like I have a good amount of negative heat here. What I'm going to do is, once again, I'm going to bring this design across the room a little bit and see where I'm at after that point, and hopefully it'll be worthy of me filling this reactor with this design. And so I'm going to work on that, and then I'm going to be right back. So I have this reactor finished for the time being. It's not actually completely finished. If we take a dive in here, you'll notice that I have an open space here. And that's just because once I got halfway across the room building my pattern like I had it, I realized I had way too much heat. And so I built away from the other wall with the intention of reducing heat. And you'll notice that I don't have any moderator blocks in here. And that is because I wanted to fit some cryothium coolers in, some more cryothium coolers, so that I could reduce the heat output and get this thing under control heat-wise. And I have done that. Whoops. If you'll notice, when we come over here, I do have negative heat output. This thing will make over 100,000 RF per tick. I have ran it through a couple of fuel cycles, and now I have the depleted LEU 233 fuel. So let's go down here and let's set that up to be reprocessed. So that'll be right here. I'll just need to go right here, and we can set that up to reprocess the LEU 233 fuel. Now, once we reprocess that, we will get some new stuff. We will get plutonium 239, 241, and 242, which is cool, and americium 243. All of this being oxide, so that's cool. And in the future, I might build some more reactors, but I think for the time being, I'm done building reactors on camera. It's just kind of a process of figuring out how much heat you can put into a reactor without getting too much heat. And if you get too much heat, you will get a boom. You will have a bad time, and that is not ideal. Anyways, if you liked today's episode, go ahead and give it a like. If you enjoy watching automation in modded Minecraft, go ahead and consider subscribing to my channel. Signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.